Honourable court, I stand before you not to accuse, not to complain, but to take responsibility and to protect something irreplaceable, my daughter's childhood. I ask that you hear me not only as a father, but as a citizen, a legal professional, and above all, a human being. What brings me here today is not merely a custody dispute. It is a window into a deeper systemic failure, one we can only address together, because this case is not about victory. It is about a child's right to love, to stability, and to truth. Over the past 6 months, my daughter's world was silently shattered. A once functioning weekly custody arrangement built on balance, routine and trust was unilaterally dismantled, and with it went her access to the safety, structure and emotional foundation that only 2 loving parents can provide. What followed was silence. At Christmas I was promised she would return, but she did not, even with police involvement. She was kept from me. Calls were monitored, contact was controlled, and when we met by chance on the street, my daughter's hand was held so tightly it was as if the truth might escape if she let go. What does a child learn from that? That love is a threat, that truth is dangerous. We often say everyone projects from within themselves, but when projection becomes isolation, when silence becomes a weapon, the consequence is devastating. My daughter lost not only time, but presence, the presence of a father who loves her, who protects her, who helps her make sense of the world. For that reason, I thank the court for restoring, even briefly, that connection. Those 2 supervised hours each week, they weren't symbolic, they were oxygen. But I am here today because even that is not enough. Throughout this process, my daughter's mother has consistently refused every opportunity for mediation, shared therapy, dialogue or repair. What began as mutual agreement became coercion. What should have been parenting became possession. Slowly I came to understand. A narrative had been constructed behind my back, one in which I was unstable, unreliable, perhaps even dangerous, but there was no incident, no violence, only suspicion, layered carefully over months, until I, too, began to question myself. This is not just a personal wound, it is a distortion of the very principles this court was built to uphold. I asked for 2 things, predictability and peace in front of Mira. Instead, I was kept in the dark. No communication, no clarity, no consent. And so our lives became an emotional roller coaster of decisions made without dialogue, of entrances and exits with no notice. Yes, I asked her to move out, after she left town with our daughter against my will. After months of emotional threats, withdrawal and disruption that Mira could not understand and still has not processed. Now my daughter says words she doesn't understand. She hides when I ask simple questions. She shuts down when I mention her days, not because she doesn't want to speak, but because she's afraid to betray someone. That fear has a history. Today, my daughter lives in an apartment not owned by her mother, but purchased by my father, without legal safeguards, without equity, and entirely without my knowledge. The car she drives, mine. The income she uses, provided by the very family from which I have been cut off, and I have been financially and emotionally excluded from the very network I was born into, while the one who severed my role in it now claims its benefits through our daughter. This is not need, this is strategy. It is calculated dependency, wrapped in the language of care but built on control. Her family encouraged it. Their instability became her justification. Their old traumas now live again in my daughter's home. But Mira is not a placeholder for unresolved pain. She is not a tool. She is not an object to secure property, position, or power. She is a child, my daughter. And honestly, no child's best interest can be served by making one parent disappear. The mother lives as if the partner can be replaced, but childhood cannot. Childhood is once irreplaceable, sacred, and vanishing faster than we think. My daughter is not a function, not a witness, not a pawn. She is a growing, feeling, deeply aware human being. Let me protect Mira's childhood while I still can, thank you. Justice for children is justice for society. Contact Attila at equilibrium.hu.